I want to take this opportunity to give you the background of how this project came about, to be able to relieve debt for families in Illinois. It was several months ago. A good friend of mine, Reverend Traci Blackmon, we were plotting some holy mischief. We were raising questions about how we can engage our community. And there was an article that was written in the New York Times about an organization known as RIP, Medical Debt Relief. I thought, what an incredible program. Instead of allowing debt collectors to purchase the debt, why not have communities of faith purchase that debt and forgive that debt? As a result of this conversation, that conversation turned into a vision of bringing together communities to be able to forgive debt. I am happy to say today that we can announce that 5,888 families in Cook County have been relieved of medical debt in the state.
Excited and over the top delighted to stand with these representatives of the gospel of Jesus Christ in a time when the church often gets a bad rap. To be here to remind you of what the church really is about, we are indeed grateful. I serve as the Associate General Minister of Justice and Local Church Ministries for the United Church of Christ. And I want to be very clear that while we are celebrating what we were able to do, this is not the end, this is the beginning. We are using this as a sacred launching pad in the United Church of Christ. Giving Tuesday on December 3rd at the United Church of Christ will be dedicated to the relief of medical debt throughout all of the states where we serve as churches. This is our mantra going into 2020, which is an election year. And following in the footsteps of my colleagues who have used biblical stories, I want to use one as well. The Jericho Road story is a familiar story to all of us, and I'm grateful that today we don't represent the priest or the Levite, but we represent the Samaritan who didn't leave the person beat on the side of the road. But make no mistake about it, we are not just here as the Samaritans, for we are thinking people of faith. And we are going to hold accountable in 2020 and beyond our elected leaders for repairing Jericho Road in the first place. We should not be here because we shouldn't have Jericho roads. And just to break down to you what has happened with this forgiveness of debt in a different way. This collection of churches represented here, of denominations represented here, collected $38,000. $38,000 purchased $5.3 million in debt to be forgiven. Now that is a reason to applaud until you turn the underbelly. What that means is, for every dollar that we contributed, we were able to abolish approximately $142 worth of debt. For every dollar we contributed, we were able to abolish approximately $142 worth of debt. Out of those 5,888 families for whom we have brought hope, the average amount of debt forgiven was $907. That matters, because that means what held them hostage, we were able to alleviate with about $7 a family. I need you to hear me. I'm glad that we could do it, but there's absolutely no reason why people should be held hostage so that other people can be enriched on their backs. There's absolutely no reason why debt collectors can purchase debt, pennies on a dollar, and pay $7 effort, not one time, but over and over and over again. We are the church. No matter what you see on the media, this is the church. We are the church. As Reverend Moss said, and I'm passing back over to Dr. Moss, but as Dr. Moss said, the letter says, Happy Thanksgiving, your debt is forgiven. It also says something else. It lists every church represented here. The letter lists the churches. And it says, you may never enter the doors of any of our churches. But we love you. Because we are the church. And more importantly, you are beloved by God. And because of that love, your debt